Good morning, everybody. Pastor Rick here, Broadman Baptist Church. This is the Broadman Word for April 6, 2022. And today's title is Uncommon Courage. And we're taking a look at Daniel 2:24 today. Let me read it to you. It said, Then Daniel went to Arioch, whom the king had appointed to execute the wise men of Babylon, and said to him, Do not execute the wise men of Babylon. Take me to the king, and I will interpret his dream for him. So the king had been unhappy. None of his advisors or wise men could interpret these dreams that he was having. And so he just decided to kill them all. Obviously disturbing news for Daniel and anybody else who was serving the king in that fashion. But Daniel showed uncommon courage in this situation, like he had, many times, and asked to meet the king. Now, back in the days of kingdoms and kings, you didn't necessarily want to meet the king. It could often be a fatal encounter if you didn't say or do exactly what he wanted. And so Daniel, I guess, figuring he had a job to do here, he needed to let the glory of God be known. And in doing so, he could possibly not just save himself, but save all of these advisors. There's, we don't know exactly how many people there were, but there was probably quite a few. Nebuchadnezzar had quite the kingdom. This was Babylon. So we're probably talking about a lot of people here. So when Daniel did finally meet the king, though, he did something incredibly important. He gave God all of the glory and credit for revealing the mystery of Nebuchadnezzar's dream. And in doing so, actually converted, although Nebuchadnezzar didn't really know he was converting, actually converted him to belief in the God of gods and the Lord of kings. So not only did Daniel's uncommon courage save a bunch of people that day, he brought somebody to the Lord. And so today we have situations. I don't believe any of us are under the threat of death, not here in the United States anyway. Christians are very much in peril all around the world. But for us, we have to display courage, uncommon courage, because we are trusted with a message that there is no other way for it to get out. It's not hanging out in the air. It's not making its way into popular media anywhere. It's not just intuitive. The message of the gospel of Jesus Christ has to come from somebody who carries it in their heart. And delivering it is not always easy, not always fun, and can certainly be difficult. There can be pushback, even lots of it. There can be aggression or outright rejection even of the messenger, not just the message. So we don't then shy from this. We don't have the option to just say, I guess I'm just going to kind of get along to get along here and not rock the boat or not, really cause any waves, or because I don't want this danger. I don't want this perceived danger. I don't want to lose friends or anger family members. I certainly don't want to lose my job or social standing. Have all these possible negatives. Well, we don't really have that option because if we don't spread the gospel, the word of Jesus Christ, then it doesn't get done. And then calling yourself a disciple of Jesus Christ becomes sort of irrelevant because you're not. You may be an admirer of Jesus Christ. You may be a recognizer or a admitter of Jesus Christ. But to call yourself a disciple, and at the same time deny him by refusing to forward his word as we are commanded to, um, calls the whole disciple thing into question pretty harshly. And so we then, as if God makes his plea to the world through us, because he does, must then have uncommon courage to stand up and speak the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now, do we go around beating people in the head with the Bible and spouting scripture left and right and condemning things and the so forth? No, that didn't work back in the days when they were doing that. It is not going to work now. First, you live your life as one who is a believer, so that people should see your life, and that life should then cause them to doubt their disbelief. That's number one. And that requires you to speak, act, and do in a manner worthy of the gospel of Jesus Christ, and to demonstrate it through how it is you live your life. Secondly, then you need to actually use words. You need to first preach the gospel with your life and your actions. And secondly, you need to back that up with words. And so when we do that, we are unleashing a twofold attack on the darkness. And gospel tells us that our message, our light, will not be overcome because it's the light of Jesus Christ within us. So listen, brothers and sisters, we live in a day of uncommon courage, the requirement for uncommon courage because of such dark forces and aggressions and just division and strife and all kinds of people just on the edge, seemingly ready to be mad about any and everything. That's going to include you speaking the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. They're going to be ready, and they're going to be mad, and they're going to be pushing back, and they're going to have harsh things to say about you and the church and God. But as Daniel demonstrated for us, and as Peter tells us in 1 Peter 3:15, we must always be ready to give reasons for the hope that we have. That rings true today. So go out there today and be uncommon. Demonstrate uncommon courage. And in doing so, let the world see the gospel of Jesus Christ in you and let them hear it from you. I love you. You have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you next time.